So just over 4,000 million years ago, we were tiny bacteria in the commencement of life on Earth. And a few thousand million years later, we evolved into some sort of microorganism. And that was after the first play of the BIOS Earth title, which was Genesis. And I'm going to show you what type of microorganism we ended up being with. Here we are, these famous earthworms. There was a landfall, and as they took hold of the continent, they evolved into something a bit more interesting, which was the animal we managed to evolve in the title Megafauna, which was the second title in the series. Now, we had a few troubles with developing language for this animal, which is 3 emotions. We only managed to have 2. And we didn't manage to have anything else but the original archetype to work with. But okay, well, it was an interesting choice for continuing the game into Origins anyway, since it had the most emotions. So we are going to be importing this one in the legacy mode that the BIOS Earth campaign is into Origins, and as you can see, our little archetype, animal archetype here, has evolved about 4 million years ago when hominids started on Earth. Has evolved into hydroskeletal Denisovan land-based human species. And we're going to be starting somewhere here in China with our little follower, or a guy, or dude, or how you want to call it. And we are going to be able to import some stuff into the game, but not much, because since we ended up Megafauna with the archetype, there isn't much benefit we can get out of it, except for the emotions. And normally, we'll be starting the game with, we're going to be playing the long game, so starting with the first dispersal of humans, 4 million years ago. We would be starting with 6 emotions here, and 1 in free will, but we're going to be, because we have 2 emotions developed for our animal at the end of Megafauna, we're going to be moving 2 of these into our vocabulary here. Okay, so that's going to make things a bit more difficult in the sense that in order to achieve menopause, we're going to have to work quite a bit our emotions into vocabulary and make sure we can always express what we are feeling. And so we kick off the game. And this again, what I'm going to recall, this is just a solo campaign. And I have a small disclaimer: up to the time I'm filming this, I'm streaming this, I still can't wrap my head around a few of the solo rules for this game when it comes to the setup and what is allowed and what is not allowed. So, as far as I'm concerned, I'm going to be using the printed rules as I have them. I haven't browsed the living rules to a huge extent until recently, and these are the last published official rules from March 2021, from this very year. And well, as I said, to this day, there are a few things which are not quite clear. In the solo game, we cannot take any of the advanced actions which involve interaction. So everything: trading, negotiation, emissaries, warring, slavery, all that. So there's none of that in the game because we're just one human species on the board. So there's no way we can interact with anything else. But it seems to also limit the elder actions, the advanced elder actions, which would be otherwise taken from the ideas we're importing into our tableau. And apparently, no, we can't just put elders through the artisan action. I'm not sure if this is correct or this is not, if this is intentional or this is not. We can't have constitutions. And the only way to put elders out on the game is going to be through, through just the specialization action. And you still need to invent ideas into your own tableau through the invention. But for some reason, this is capped for when it comes to the use of the cards. But I'm not quite sure. So I'm just going to leave away the artisan and eventually constitution actions, and I'm going to be able to use all the rest, so everything that relates to inventions that is allowed, because inventions are in use. But we shall see if we can use library, or if we can use voting or elections to eventually upgrade our information stage, or be able to quell dissidents in our ruling class. I will still take them if they are printed here on my tableau. I don't know if there's any ideas that implement those, but I will still take them as long as they are printed here in my tableau. Okay, everything else is gone. Everything else has been randomized. We start with the ruling class, which is culture. So we are highly cultural. We have, as you can see, one diversity. And because of our oxygen level at the end of megafauna, which was, I believe it was about 18%, that corresponds to the regular spread value of 3. Okay, we had ended up with more than 21%. I think you can already start at 4, and anything below 12, 15%, I don't remember clearly, but I think you start with 2, so you start somewhere here and you can only spread 2. Okay. What other things? The goal of the game when you play solo is that to try to achieve 13 points in each of the categories. You can eventually shun one of the categories later on by moving philosophy somewhere far away to try and cancel points in one of the 3 categories. Other than that, we have to try and achieve 13 points for each one of the categories. And the points, as you might not know, I'm not going to explain the game, by the way, so this is not a rules explanation game. I'm just going to play through and eventually clarify here and there, but I'm not going to be too exhaustive about it, so I hope you already know how to play the base origins. Otherwise, just follow along. I hope you pick up something on the way. But the points that you score in each category are going to be the added values of each track, plus the number of, in my case, of mysticism I have. In case of, so this will be for the culture. For politics, it's going to be the same. So the added score of each track, plus the amount of cities you have in play, the urbanization it's called. And for industry, it's going to be the same. So the added score of each track, plus the amount of diversity that you have. And the amount of diversity always refers to the 3 rainbows that you have, so uncovered by dissidents that you have on your tableau. Okay, so we have to try and achieve 13 points here and 13 points there eventually. And for a decisive win, you would want to be at 8 maritime, which means you can already explore space eventually. So you're a spacefaring civilization. And you would like to do that because after this, with whatever we end up with, we are going to move into high frontier. So being able to explore space is a plus, obviously. Other than that, this is the setup. We have all the climate sheets all over the board setup as for the 2-player game. And we have the market here. And I'm going to be zooming in a second. This is the market for Epoch 1, okay? So Epoch 1, which is going to be the age of speech. This is the market, so we have the 3 columns, as you can see here. This is culture, the middle one is politics, and the other one is industry. And the cost for getting any of those is going to be 1 elder on the lowest row, 2 elders for the middle row and 3 elders for the top row. Very good, so I think we deserve a start. Knowing what the conditions are and how we're going to play this, I believe we have, oh, by the way, we have the decks here, okay, they are separate, so just for the ease of following up a bit. We have about 10 events here, and then Comet, 4 events here, the Comet, 4 events, Epoch 3, the Comet, and then we have, it's not shown because of the chat, we have 2 events, maybe I can hide the chat window for a second, and then we have 2 events for Epoch 4, and then the Comet, okay? But we're not going to be, and because we're playing the solo game, we have to challenge the gods every single turn, except the first one. So we can already start performing our actions on the first turn without challenging the gods. But after the first turn, we have to challenge the gods every single turn. There's no way around it. So we have to do it. It's compulsory. Get the card as a foundation or not is a different story. Okay? So, let's go ahead and do it. We are not going to have any events. Now we're going to work out the actions from the bottom to the top in our culture class. So we have only 1 elder, and we can either specialize it, we cannot invent anything because we don't have anything in the market yet. So very important is to try and get to menopause as quickly as possible. Menopause is one of the requirements in the game. Well, it is the requirement in the game for most of the ideas to become inventions and be able to import them into your tableau. And you would wonder why menopause. Well, you can probably read a bit about the grandmother hypothesis. I don't know, Google it somewhere, and you'll find it's a ethnological sort of theory. And you can see why menopause is important for humans to be able to give continuity to ideas and transmit knowledge from generation to generation throughout the ages. And this is the thesis which is supported here in order to start and claim inventions. Okay, so anything in the market that is just an idea is something you're just brainstorming about, and then eventually becomes something material, something useful. And that's why menopause is important for most of them. So let's go. Sorry, we're going to specialize something. What can I specialize? I only have 1 elder. And I'm checking at something which would allow me to achieve eventually menopause as quickly as possible. And I see here one of the this one here has encephalization as a eureka. So I would be able to try and invent that one later. It has a bunch of good stuff there. But back to why are we sending the elder here? Which idea is interesting for us to develop, to brainstorm on? So we also have flint by starting, but it's something nice if we can already gain something here later on. And encephalization is a very interesting one to have, except it's far away. There's no more cards there with Eureka than encephalization, although we do have mysticism up there. Mysticism is interesting because mysticism would allow me to take anywhere a pawn, put it as mystic, and as long as I'm in culture, I can do later on and claim it back, and I can put it directly in the free wheel, giving me 2 elders. But for that, I need to get rid of the basket weaving, but it's such a good card. Well, it does give me encephalization as an action, but encephalization is not, just not enough. Yeah, we do need to do something here. Okay. And all the requirements are... Alright, well, let's just work towards menopause as quickly as possible, I think. And probably if any foundations are good there, we already have an elder. Okay, we can spread, we're going to spread. For the sake of the video, I will repeat if I haven't said so that already. I will put my dudes, I will put the Dennies, I'm going to call them Dennies, okay, because they're Dennies. I will put my Dennies on the side, so laying down, okay, because if I put them up, as you can see here, it's very difficult to tell them apart. So is this a town, or is this a city, is this a Denny? I don't know, okay, I don't know, Denny. We're going to spread, we can spread 3. We can't cross water, not yet, because we can only swim. So we want to swing from, what is that, Korea, Peninsula, probably to Japan. It's quite a swim, not allowed. Probably spread 3. It's happy to for what they want, because I have. So I could have spread to the north unless, oh yes, I could actually. 1 and 3. Then I'm not in conflict because footprint once means I can only have 1 in it. Okay. Yeah. At this point, let's try to move. Normally, I like to move to South Africa at the very beginning, or as soon as I can swim 1 normally towards Australia, which is, by the way, to that. Maybe moving to Australia would be an interesting thing to do. No, I just can't move it after I can cross the water, or it's difficult. Let's try and move there to Siberia. And that's for the action. We're done, so we're going to go with the first event. Let's see what it shows. Here is our first challenge. Music language. Okay, we have to resolve this, which is a warming event. So normally we have to remove an ice and we have to convert it into a sea. Why not these very nice ice that we have here? So we open some room here for our Dennies to disperse, and I don't think we're going to get any time soon to South America. So we'll move it there. What else happens? We have a catastrophe, which is the Ascension Plateau. And where would that be located? Ascension Plateau. Class rate. Ascension class rate. So normally this would be somewhere here. Okay. But we have nothing there, so nothing happens. So it's a harmless sort of event. The Eureka would be a mystic. Oh, this is really interesting. Waha. Wow. Ooh, yes. I can't use the foundation action because, as we said, we can't get an interaction. This action means that would be able to send, how to say, emissaries. I was trying to look for the term. It's exogamy, exactly. So you are able to send elders as emissaries on other people's tableaus. Okay, so you can start negotiations eventually. None of that here. We're all alone, negotiating with ourselves and our wits. The Eureka, well, actually I can't. I can't take it for the Eureka because I still don't have menopause, so that's a useless thing. So I'll just get rid of it. Goes away. That's true. Eureka is a requirement. Without it, I can't get it. By the way, Eureka's in the as coming from the challenge of the gods, they are compulsory. So you have to. Not only you need to the requirement, but you need to perform the Eureka if you can. Eureka's on the ideas. If you get any idea on a tableau with your elder, they are not compulsory, so you can either do it or not. Okay. Well, we did the challenge of the gods. We're going to move on to the first action. We would have no elders to specialize, so I think we might just invent, and we're going to use this one here. Goes back to our free will. Going to be able to invent. Hafting? No, we can't. But hey, it gives us a Eureka as an civilization, so we just take it. Which means we can move one pawn from the emotions into vocabulary. And this goes out of the game because we can't invent it yet due to the requisite, which is the menopause. And anyway, there's no way we could add either this one or this one in our ruling class because we are in culture and this belongs to politics and this one belongs to industry. So that's it. We have to refresh the markets. Well, we do this in the end, but okay, we're going to spread. Where are we going to spread? 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Let's just move on and spread around here. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Okay. So that was it for the spread. That's it for all the actions from bottom to top. So I think we're going to go to the next event. There we have it. Songs. Finally, people are singing. Or they pretend to. So we're going to have another warming event, I'm afraid. So we are going to melt one ice from somewhere and put it as a sea somewhere else. Let's take this one here and put it here. Doesn't really matter now. It's completely random sometimes. So just opening some space to this person. I don't know. Maybe our Dennis can have it alive somewhere else. It's a bit cold over near Siberia. I have to move south. What else do we have? We have a zoonotic disease. It's a whipworm. We're going to be able to resist that. So I'm going to read what the zoonotic disease exactly does. So it says, if you have a footprint stage greater than your immunology stage, footprint stage 1, greater than immunology stage, no. Otherwise, if that would be, then we have to get rid of half our cities, round it down. Then immunology would go up 1. But that's not the case. So whipworm does not whip our species right now. Okay, there's no way we can take this into our hand as a foundation, so that's going to be the end of it. We have no elders. So what do we need to do? We need to encephalize. Well, we need to quickly create a mystic so that we're able to create art and get another elder. But menopause is sort of the priority here. Where can we get that? Encephalization, difficult. I think Basket weaving is really important, but basket weaving, I'm just trying to do that so I can access the other one, which is the body paint, which is still too expensive. But I might as well just do this. And it also has a nice Eureka, which is footprint too. But it's not horrible. We'll put one elder there and try and claim this one as an invention later on. Okay. Okay. There we are. We're going to probably cannot do any art, so we're just going to spread, because why not? Our spread value is 2, 3. Our value is 3, so our spread value is 3. So that means 1, 2, 3. 2, 3. Let's just move toward the south where it's warm. All right. And we are done. This is quick. Next event. Next challenge of the gods. I keep calling them events because Origins, Genesis, everything, all those are events. Okay, warning cries. That's what the babies do. Why do you think they cry so hard? Because if you leave them alone, well, back then, when the dennies were expanding, they are calling for help, and that's why it's so strident and so harsh to the ears. So let's see, we have, okay, we have a cooling event. We have to remove a sea and convert it into an ice. I don't have a clue, but I believe I'm going to do this one here. So that maybe we can start spreading all the way to North America through Alaska. Always exit here and come back this way, because, yeah, believe me or not, the Earth is wrapping itself around itself. It's round. Yeah, it's a globe. Yeah, some people do not believe that, but yeah, I'm pretty certain that's the thing. That's how it is. So, okay, we spread, and no more action, so we're done. Oh no, sorry. We're doing the events here. But we have crisis of influenza, which is a zoonotic disease. Wow. I didn't know that this had an animal origin, but yeah. Google for later. So, are we going to be able to survive? Yes, because we have a footprint which is not greater than our immunology. So we're not affected by influenza. Now we have a very interesting Eureka though. Very interesting Eureka, because it has no requirements and it allows us to encephalize, and we could take this one into our tableau because it has no requirements and be able to spread a bit quicker. It has no requirements. This is amazing. We can hit menopause now. I'm doing it. So I'm now doing that challenge and take it as a foundation into my tableau. As you see, there's no requirements. The cost is the number of the epoch plus the number of dissidents I would have in my tableau. 0 dissidents, epoch 1. I can expend 1 elder to get that one into my tableau. I have 1 elder here, so that's exactly what I'm going to do. Elder goes to my free will, goes back to my free will, and I take this one and I take my Eureka, which is 1 encephalization. We've just hit menopause, 2 or less here, and I can put it as a foundation in my tableau, giving me more actions. Now I could do a quiet revolution here. Revolution tells me my ruling class is culture, but I can just decide to switch these into politics and then my ruling class change. But is it something I want to do? No, not now. Not now, because I have other ideas here. Now that I have menopause, I have other ideas. Yeah, I'm having tremendously good ideas. Okay. Then we have more actions. Very good. Let's see. So we walk this bottom to top. We can spread. We're going to spread, why not? Spread, spread, spread. But where? Mm-hmm. First, my footprint now. I'm going to spread here. 1, 2, 3. Spread here, North Africa. So I'm going to spread from the Middle East to North Africa. And I'm still good because my footprint being one, only one figure of my color for X. Okay. I go up, I can specialize. Yes, I'm going to specialize. Now I have one elder. I can specialize, and I think basket weaving is an extraordinary thing to have right now. Just this one here. It gives us, well, gives us plenty of actions in the next few rounds, so I think it's a good one to have. So we're going to specialize and brainstorm about basket weaving and see what we can get in next turn. And finally, we can do art, or we can spread. So I think we are going to keep spreading. Where are we going to spread? So 1, 2, 3. Our footprint is still 2. Still 1, so I have to kill someone. Look, 1, 2, 3. Let's come here. Let's go towards Southeast Asia. And I believe that's like Thailand or probably Myanmar or Burma there. So let's just spread and spread and spread what we can. And we're done. We go to the next event. Challenge of the Gods. Commands. Now you can tell people what to do. It's very good when you can tell people what to do. But first we have a warming event, so that means we are going to be melting some ice and turning it into a sea. I'm running out of seas there. Okay. We melt some ice and we turn it into a sea. With here, there's no way we're going to move to North America this early in the game. Hopefully this will melt, or this will rather freeze later on in the game. And then we have a crowd disease, and it's a common cold, but that's it, we've been hit by the flu. Not the flu, because that was before. Yeah, this is just the common cold. Are we going to survive this thing? So crowd disease. So if we have an urbanization greater than our immunology stage, which is not because our urbanization right now is 0, greater than immunology, which is 1, we would lose some cities, and then eventually we would be able to move our immunology because we've learned sort of a vaccine over 1,000 years of human life would be immune to the common cold, and we wouldn't die out of it. But that doesn't happen. Urbanization 0, immunology 1, so we're not affected by the common cold, which is very good. Okay, so this is solved, and now we have menopause as a requirement. I could claim this one into my tableau if I wanted to, because the Eureka is another encephalization, so that would allow me to move from the emotions to the vocabulary. But honestly, it would spend my only elder there, which is a very valuable, very balaba, which is a baba. Okay, it's a valuable elder when I get my words right, so I want to keep it there. I'm more interested in inventing that thing than getting a foundation that will encephalize me. Although it would add diversity. Okay, diversity by the 1 is 1 and 2, so we have a diversity of 2 right now. This can just be updated on the go. Yeah, I'm not taking it. I'm not taking it. Okay. So we're going to be going up. We are going to spread. Let's just spread. We could spread 1, 2, 3. All the way to Indonesia, Papua, really, New Guinea, that area, Southeast Asia, South Asia, really. Footprint, we're still good. Then we are going to invent. Yes, we're going to take the invent actions. Get all at the back. The price of this one is just 1 elder, so we're good. I'm going to take this invention into our tableau. Okay, the requirement is menopause. We have menopause, and Eureka is, so we go up 1, our footprint increases. This goes into our tableau on the white side because we're still in cultural. That's another action. Brilliant. We can create, we can disperse or spread. I think it's called exactly. Let's checking the term, the exact term. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, it's the spread action. Okay, but just so used to the terms in other games, at some point you just start mixing everything up. So it was dispersing in megafauna, but it's spread here. So there are nearly synonyms. Spreading. We're going to spread. We're going to spread into. So right now we can move through here. 1, 2, 3. We're going to try to work our way all the way to. So we can do this, right? 1, 2, 3. Yeah. These are shelves, so they're passable. I mean, for now. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, we move to the Philippines here. Okay. Spread our Denny's all over the world. Then we have another action that we just purchased, which can be encephalized, or we can cultivate something, and then it would give us a footprint of 3. We could cultivate something. Why not? What can we cultivate? Beeswax. Beeswax is a nice thing. I think beeswax is nice. So I take this guy, and it's going to convert in a city here. Because why not? Why am I doing it here? Because this is a safe area. Normally, climate change are not going to affect this hex, but chances are other things can affect that, like, I don't know, bad things happening, pollution, eventually disease of any sort, famine. Yeah, a number of things can affect cities other than climate change. But for now, the guy just converts into a city, and we've just managed to cultivate beeswax, which gives us a consequent, and the consequent is footprint 3. And now I can spread between desert, or desert inhabitable. This is quite good. Okay, so imagine I wanted to spread from this guy. I could spread now through here, which normally I couldn't do that before, because this is desert inhabitable. So that's very good. And well, we are on our way to do stuff. We need elders now. That's all we need. Let's refresh the market. More ideas. Okay. Hope it fits in the frame. We have a new Venus figurines. All right. Down we go next event. Challenge. Call them by their names. Challenge, mind you. All right. Groom and gossip. Way. It's good. Groom and gossip has a cooling event. So we have to remove a C and invert it into an ice. Okay. Let's do what we did before this one. What's here? Into an ice. Let's go back here. And then we have a famine. Ooh, famines are okay. So famine, how does this work? So famine, if the urbanization is greater than the footprint stage, okay, which is not. So right now urbanization is 1, footprint stage is 3. Okay. If it were bigger, then we would have to suffer a loss of half our cities rounded down, always in our favor. So we are good. Urbanization, less our footprint stage. Yeah, farming. We have too many people and we just don't have enough to feed everybody, and that's why there's famine. In case we have more established urban centers than the actual capacity, the capacity of humans to live together in the same space. So we're good. With this game and with the others, I just make science as I go. It's fascinating. Let's see. We cannot claim this because we have no elders in the market anyway, so I think, which is a pity because we could have increased our immunology to 2. Eureka would have been an encephalization then, eventually. So, yeah, it's a shame. It's a shame. So we can't claim it. Goes away. We are back into our play. Okay. Let's see, we're going to be working actions. So first we spread. Yeah, we should spread. We can only spread 3. We can only still spread 3. We have a city now here, so 1, 2, 3. Let's just spread over there towards Central Africa. The more guys we have on the map, the more we can kill later on. So put as dissidents or as chaos. So yeah, why not? We're going to specialize, and we only have 1 elder. So what do we specialize now? Yeah. They are not. The ideas are not terribly good. We have to say that they're not very good. But I like the artistry because it brings an elder. I think it's a short path to later on to have a second elder. It's going to be important. I think the more elders, the better. Mystics as well, eventually, to be able to play towards the end of the game, but it's more important towards the end of the game. Or if you want to claim foundations, of course, using mysticism as a bidding value. No, I like that. I don't like any of the. Well, the thing is, we would be able to spread 4, but is that truly important now? Yeah. Well, there is another one which is interesting, which is coming now. We have the twine, and the twine allows us to encephalize, but also allows us to go all the way to information 3. And that's a very good action to have here after a while. So why not? Why not? Let's just do that. Okay. We are going to spread, continue spreading, why not? Spread, 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 spread. 1, 2, 3. I think that our footprint is 3 now, so it doesn't matter. I can stay here. 1, 2, 3. Just put it here. Then we can either encephalize or cultivate again. But I think at this point I'd rather move stuff up for reasons. Because at some point this will just disappear, I guess. It's likely it will disappear. If I get a better idea into my tableau. Yeah. But I'm not quite sure what to do that actually. Because cultivating, I would love to see more cities and sort of trigger the tracks to go up by having revolutions happen. Revolutions not really, but by, yeah, one that would give me chaos. Destroying cities is something where to happen to them, but eventually at some point I just can't put any more dissidents and a revolution will happen. In the solo game, it's often, yeah, when to be on the verge of a revolution is something which is interesting to try and time, so that you get the most out of a revolution, and it can be quite a good thing to do. Right now we have I would be losing cities, but immunology would go up 1, so it's a way to also increase immunology somehow. To have high urban level, probably higher than immunology at this point, even higher than one of these two. I'm just going to make a city somewhere. I'm not going to encephalize, I'm going to cultivate something. This is a tricky thing to do though, huh? But, okay. I'll cultivate here the wheat. Okay. Gonna cultivate wheat, pea, and olive. And this is happening just there in the, yeah, Pakistani area. Well, all the, yeah, all the Turkmenistan, Afghanistan, Pakistan part of the world. Yeah. So that's good. And our footprint is already 3, so the consequent does not apply. I can still use the action, but the consequent does not apply. Okay, so we're going to go on to the next challenge. I said it right this time. I didn't say that, I said challenge. Fatherhood. Okay. Fatherhood, fatherhood, fatherhood. It's very nice. Male paternal investment is the father's expenditure of time or energy basically, you are just doing a bit more than hunting and mating. You're actually contributing to the growth of the family and education of your kids. Okay, which benefits the offspring, as per the text. That's quite a cultural change. So we are going to have a forestation. And forestation is going to take any deserts and convert it into a forest, destroying cities in the way if it can. And I think right now, why not? We can take this one because we have a nice donkey here, and we're going to forest the north of South America, so that would be Venezuela area, around Venezuela, Guyana, all that part of the world there. It's now a complete forest. So you can see Ecuador, northern Chile, center Brazil, northeast Brazil, and the north of South America. These all are complete. These all the Amazon right now, as we know it today. In the meantime, the Sahara is just growing and growing. Okay. Uncovering donkeys there. Donkeys are nice. Don't be a donkey and say that donkeys are not nice, please. That's a donkey thing to say. But as we found donkeys, we found that zoonotic diseases come with them. Maybe, I don't know. But you have a liver fluke, and the liver fluke is no fluke at all. It's rather the contrary. But we have a zoonotic disease. It says that we have a footprint stage greater than our immunology stage, which is our case, by the way. So footprint stage is 3, immunology stage is 1. We become infected. So what a fluke. Because it's an act of God. In a normal game, you don't suffer anything. I mean, just lose the cities, period. But here, because we are playing solo, not only the acts of man, there's none in this case, because we are not confronted to any other species, but the acts of God as well, they cause chaos. So we're going to have to lose this city, which is going to put a refugee somewhere, but it doesn't matter because we're going to lose the refugee as a dissident into one of our descent spots. So this guy is going to be coming as chaos here. Now this is covering one diversity spot, so diversity 1 right now. We're not performing very well. It's easy to see. But the counterpart of these, our immunology stage goes up by 1. Okay, so we learned to fight this. And now I'm seeing a very, very, very interesting Eureka, which is exactly one of the reasons why I had an elder there. It was trying to get things a bit cheaper by accessing the artistry cards. Mysticism cards, where you can put mystics, and I would really love to see that, maybe not in my tableau, because this foundation is not giving me much really in terms of actions. I can't really do library or arts as mentioned because of the restrictions of the solo rules. I'm gonna argue this makes the solo game unnecessarily difficult because you're putting elders only when you specialize, and it's very limiting in the amount of things you can do. But okay. As I said, I'm going by the rules as printed. I'm blindly just following what's written, and until further clarification, yeah, I will just take this one just for the Eureka. I have menopause. The Eureka is, whether you see well, is mysticism. So I get to put a mystic, which is any pawn from here, as a mystic there. I'm not keeping it. I'm not interested. Okay. That's very interesting because I'm still in cultural, and being in cultural allows me to eventually do art, and later by doing art, this becomes an elder. And I need more elders right now. I just need them. First action is going to be spread. Why not spread? I don't know what to spread really. My energy is still 3. I am not liking this at all, actually. And I need more elders. By now I should have energy stage 4 or something. That's not happening. What to do? I'm going to spread here. I'm going to spread to New Zealand. Yeah. Good. Okay. We can invent. And now there's the decision. Do I want to actually invent, or do I want to put... I mean, well, I have to invent anyway, right? So... Yeah, I don't have any elder. What am I trying to discuss here? I don't have any elder to specialize, so I have to invent. And I'm going to invent this one then. So this one goes back to the free will. And I take this card. And do I have any use for it? Yeah, I sort of don't have any use for it. And my information level is only 1, which means I can only hold 1 ID at a time in each ruling class. In the ruling class, because ideas do not, either transferable to another ruling class or they just disappear. So, and this one is about preaching, which is not used in the solo game, which would also bring chaos. And the other side also has a few actions which are not really relevant for the solo game, which is enslaving and then war, and encephalizing. But I mean, I don't need those. So I'll just get the Eureka, and I will discard this rather than putting it here. As you can see, I have menopause, and I get to put a mystic, and that's really interesting because I will take my last encephalize action and put it here as a mystic. So I have 2 mysticism now. Goes out of the game. Goes out of the game because there's no pseudoscience or science making here either. So I can never retrieve all the ideas into my tableau. Alright, so that was for the invention. Eureka, I have another mystic, which is good, and I can do art. Or I can spread, but I think I'm pretty much quite spread now, so I'm going to do some art. And the art is going to be taking one of the mystics and doing art, and it goes back into my free will as an elder. Yeah. And soon in 2 turns I'll be having hopefully 3 elders there. Brilliant. Except I only have information 1. Doesn't help. Okay. And then I get to either encephalize, but there's nothing else to encephalize, or cultivate something. I am going to cultivate something. I am for sure. I am going to cultivate something. Going to cultivate here. Yeah. Soybean, mung bean. Okay. This is northern China, northeastern China. Mung beans. It's very good. It's like yeah, I don't know if it's a legume. It's like the Asian for lentils. Yeah, like go is Asian for chess. Mung beans are Asian for lentils. It's stupid. I'm just being stupid, but okay. That's the idea. They're very good though. Yeah, normally you soak them like the day before, and then the next day you can just boil them the same you would do with lentils or chickpeas, and it has iron content, which is good, and you can mix it with vegetables. And one of the most common ways of eating them is either with what is it, courgette. You can put in a boil them with a soup, or I think in certain parts of Asia, Southeast Asia, you can also prepare it with bitter cucumber, which is a sort of cucumber which has like grooves in it, and it's extremely bitter, and the flesh at least is quite bitter. And I thought we were playing a game. This wasn't a cookery show, so sorry for derailing. City, but sort of puts you into the theme, right? I mean, these people just discovered this. They have to do something with it. Well, mung bean soup. Why not? And that's it. Thank you very much for following me on my new cooking channel, using games to learn recipes. Okay, we have totems. Totems is the new idea in the splay, in the market splay. We're going to go to next event in Epoch 1, the next challenge in Epoch 1. There you go, humor. Finally, we have jokes. This was a pretty boring first. So how much are we living now? Or Dennis? Yeah, about 300,000 years approximately, without being able to tell jokes. That's horrible. I mean, without humor, people can't be healthy. But okay, okay, it happens. So we're going to be having afforestation, and luckily enough for us, we don't have any. We decided I was about to cultivate here, yeah, the banana or the cook banana. Luckily, I didn't. Not that I could predict it, but we have afforestation. Why not here? Because who cares, right? And oh, Eureka is a freewheel action. Wow. Oh, we don't have elders. Too late. We have a crown disease, dysentery. Okay, stomach pains, and so on. So the problem with crown disease, if we have an urbanization level greater than our immunology stage, which is not the case because we have two, and we have immunology stage 2 thanks to our beautiful what was that we suffered before? It was something, some liver fluke or something like that. Thanks to that, we're a bit healthier than 300,000 years ago. So nothing happens. We are not affected by dysentery. We suffer it from time to time, but it won't go extinct because of it. Requirement menopause, Eureka would be, yeah, very, very, very much needed abstraction. But we have to increase our information level anyway. I mean, at some point we really have to do that, or it's not going to work. We have to try and achieve that, at least information 2, before we move on to Epoch 2 to be able to put 2 elders or 3 elders at once. But we have a nice card in the market there for that. Good. So we can't do much with these because I can't claim it. I have no elders. So that was it for the challenge. that was it for the challenge. We go to the marketplace. Let's see. Come spread, yes. It's always good to spread. Why not? Okay, we're only still able to swim. So from New Zealand to Australia, it's only to swim. We can't cross yet. We could spread from a city here all the way to the north, and we'll get trapped. But we need to spread somehow. And I would love to spread to somewhere here. 1, 2, 3. Let's go there. Let's spread. We are. Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. Kamchatka. No, Kamchatka is in another location. Irkutsk. I don't know what the name of that peninsula. Help me out. Help me out. Okay. So let's see. We invent something. I mean, we specialize something. I think the innovation stage still wants. I want this card because it comes with information stage all the way to 3. Eureka is spread 4. So that has a lot of good stuff, this card here. Really a lot of good stuff. So we want to be getting that card before anything else. Yeah, we do. We absolutely do. We can spread again, or we can get another elder. I like to have a few mystics there, so I'm just going to again, because mystics are good in case I get to claim a. I mean, why not? Why not? Claim a foundation that has like mysticism in it. I still have 1 point to claim just this one round. This one beep. I'm going to spread to. Can I start spreading to North America? It would be nice. I'm not sure we can. It could be a good way to try and start the spread over there. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Why not? Let's aim B. Or we could try and spread to the city in case it gets destroyed. Yeah, I think it's better just to spread somewhere here. Butcher. Yeah. From the city to Greece. So we have city Northern Africa. We sort of spread the Balkan area. Why not? Good idea. Try to put in Europe. Very good. We could cultivate something. We could cultivate something. Try and trigger. I need that though. But if it's kind of going to lose the action next round, if for any reason I have like a pollution or I don't have to put a city really. I mean, do I really have to do this now? Well, I sort of need to, right? Because placed, and I won't be able to cultivate things. I'm likely to lose cities anyway. Oh, you know what? Let's just do it. Let's trigger some sort of revolution, chaotic, something on there. Let's just do it. Let's cultivate that. If people have to settle at some point there. Okay, so the finger millet now is cultivated there in East Africa, somewhere in the region of Sudan part, north of the Victoria Lake over there. So that's probably Sudan. Yeah, that's probably Sudan for us. Okay, we're done. Good lunch. Yes, pyrotechnology. Pyrotechnology. We found fire. And if I look at the number of events, we found fire just about, I don't know, what, 100,000 years ago? About that. Just looking at how many events we have left. That's about where we are at the timeline. We have an interesting action and an interesting eureka. Available after what's going to be first a warming event, I believe. So that means we have to take a nice and put it as a C, destroying cities if we can. None of that. Put it as a C. Really nice and put it as a C. Over here. Now that guy's trapped. Let's put it here. Okay. And then we have a pollution event. Ooh, nasty. So if urbanization is greater than the energy state, but it's not. So I was just thinking pollution happens, but no. So urbanization is 3 and the energy, state is 3. That means pollution does not affect us. Okay? Which is good. Which is good. And as we found fire and we started cooking barbecues, now I really have like, it's great. How to say that? No, I could claim this one because I have 1 elder. But I would really like my information stage to go all the way to 2 or 3. The thing is with this Eureka, I'm killing 2 birds with 1 shot because I'm getting to energy level 4. And then I can take the action to increase weapons to level 2. Is that critical? Well, that gives me diversity. The thing is that 3 points in total, so that would be 1, 2, 3 points in total in exchange for an idea with which information can, yeah. And then there's the mining. And the mining is an interesting one to have for later. Oh man, decisions. one has maritime though. What to do? I'm really. Yeah, it's 3 points against. Yeah. I'll need to get to the info later. I guess I can do this afterwards. The level 2 info is going to give me so much more flexibility. But the weapons, oh yeah. I mean, I guess I'll do that. I guess I'll just, yeah, it's too good to be left. And it gives me another dissident spot. Can be useful. I could potentially use the culture row, yeah, an extra turn. I'm gonna claim it, I'm afraid. Yeah, I think I'm gonna claim it. I'm gonna claim it. Still have 2 Epoch 1 events. I think we have time to bring more elders in. I'm gonna claim it. So there goes. Sorry, because in the markets play we had the twine, and right now we have the twine by inventing this time. So by inventing the twine, the Eureka is energy stage 4, but then I get to increase my information 1 more spot. But this one already gives me. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. You know what? I'm not claiming it. I'm not claiming it. No. I'm not. I'm not claiming. It has weapons too, but I think there are probably other ways to increase that later on. I'm not going to claim it. So I'm able to spread, which I will. Spreading here actually. To Spain. Going to the Iberian Peninsula. That's 1, 2, and 3. We're going to be inventing this because I think it's important to invent this one. Yeah, in our tableau, this one's going to become obsolete. Because information level still 1, so I have to replace it. But I don't care. Yeah. Now I can spread or make art. I think I'm going to spread. I'm not interested in making art yet. I'll give myself a chance to claim any challenge using mysticism. Let the spread. Can't spread. I'm fully spread really. I mean, 2, 3. Spread there. Spread here. Spread here. South Africa. Spread to North America now. And continue to spread to North America. Okay, no, I'm just good there for now. For now. Just for now. No, not quite sure. 3. Oh, by the way, the Eureka was 4 energy, so actually I can spread 4. Okay, that's important. That's important. It's important because now I can do 1, 2, 3, 4. I can spread to North America. Now I want to spread to North America for reasons you will see in a bit. Yeah, because I can cross desert, so hopefully I can cross all the way from Alaska into the United States. Well, into the western coast. The United States are close to the western coast. So that was it for the spread, and then I get to increase my info 1. Okay, perfect. I'm just so happy I could do this. Very good. There's the market. I have fitted clothes. We're done here. We'll go to the next challenge. Grave goods. Okay, we have grave goods. So rather than an imagined personal afterlife, graves and offerings likely acted as mnemonic aids to reconstruct the hallucinated commands and admonishments of the dead. Wow. And we are going to have, okay, forestation happening. Yeah. Or desertification, really. Deforestation. Okay. I was trying to find the exact term for these. Deforestation turns something into a desert. Luckily, we don't have any cities in deserts, so that would not create chaos. We take any forest, let's say this one here, and turn it into a desert. Like, for instance, there aren't many deserts left. Okay, well, we're not going to reach here anytime soon, so let's just make a desert here in northwest Australia. Okay, very good. And then we have a zoonotic disease, okay, which is hookworm. So we have a footprint stage greater than our immunology, which we have. Footprint stage is 3, immunology is 2. We lose half the cities and half the enders round it down, which means I'm gonna lose a city. I am hating this. Really, I am. Because I had an idea now, but I can't cultivate anything. Okay, let's remove this city here. Let's remove this city back here. That creates refugees somewhere. Oh, we don't have refugees. Oh, wait. So I have to take a refugee from anywhere on the board. It's going to be here. I'll take it from there and put it as a dissident. So there's no refugees and I have nothing in the pool. Well, I mean, no refugees. I have to take something from the board. Now, in case I can't, from the pool. In case I can't, well, I must have to because everything's spread. And it's going to come as 8 here. Good. Good. Okay, I mean, by 1. So I can spread between jungle. We have been able to find food storage, and we can preserve food. We're short of 40, 50,000 years ago. That's good, long lasting. That's annoying though, this dissident here, because it makes getting challenges more expensive. And right now, if I were to get this one, I'd be able to put a mystic, but I have no elders anyway. So, oh well, I have a mystic, but of course the cost is 3, so it's 1 mystic plus 1 plus 1, 3. I have to pay 3 elders, or the cost with mysticism and elders in total just to get that one. So I'm not going to be able to. So challenge goes away. Go back to the market. View. We're not able to spread because the card is suppressed by the dissident here, but we're able to specialize, and now we have information stage 2, which means we could eventually, by the way, diversity is back to 0. We are able to put 2 elders at once. Is there anything up there that it might be interested in? I like this one. I like this one. Would like maritime there. So we can do that. No, I like this one. Yeah, why not? There isn't much left, really. I would like some mystics, but... The other idea is not really great. The Eurekas are useless. And I have to look at the actions and the potential uses of, in case I change the class. And right now, if I go to energy stage 5 with that card, or later on I can mine, well, that will allow me to do at least energy stage 5, which is the ruling class, because all of this is going to be useless now after I finish the information 3. So, because I would like to go for maybe another mystic, but I can do that next turn. Or I can put just some elders there so that the card stays until Epoch 2. Okay, I'm more interested in that card than any of the other cards, really. They're pretty useless, especially the 3rd row ones. They're completely useless to me because I've achieved everything there. Yeah, and maritime stage, of course. But if I don't get it as a Eureka right now, it's going to be very difficult. So, okay. Pit-fire oven. So we are trying to discuss what happens here. How are we going to cook our food? Now we can store it, but it's very good if we could cook it. Okay. Looking at the chat, want to become famous, buy followers and viewers. Don't want to buy anything. You follow me or you watch or not. Yeah, it's up to you. I do this for fun. So serves whom it serves. Because I have a Patreon page, so you can follow me here. And if you ever think This bloke's worth a bit more than just watching him play his weird games. You can always go on my Patreon page, it's patreon.com tabletopsolomate, and you can check it out. But of course, this is just a hobby for me, so I'm glad if I can put these out there for you, and you can see how to play these, and eventually you'll get interested in the game and get it to play yourself. Well, that's it for Specialized. 2 elders over there. Can't take, oh yeah, an info stage 3. I'm gonna take the next action, info stage 3, yes! Very, very important. Because now I have given all the use I could to this idea, which is good, which is brilliant. I can hold even up to 3 ideas, which is very good. And I can put down up to 3 elders when I do Specialized, which is good. Everything is good. Life is good. And we're moving on to the, yeah, I think we're about to hit the period called as Cultural Revolution. So we'll do that. That's going to be with the last event. With that for you. Here you go, ritual speech. Again, mysticism. Oh boy, I'm not like that. Could have been nice then. Ritual speech. Could get it. Could get it. Would have to destroy cities in order to quell dissidents in the upcoming revolution. But I could get it. Then I would have no use for the. Well, I would actually. I would. Quite intrigued by that. Actually, be able to get it. But ritual speech. So first we have. So let's focus on the impacts first. Well, we have some cooling. So cooling is going to take a sea and turn it into ice. Destroying cities in the way. If that were to be the case, so why not take this one and turn it into ice somewhere here far away? We don't care. Whereabouts? And then we have pollution. Pollution. What's it gonna play? Yeah. So urbanization level right now is 2. And we need to have, so energy state 4, so urbanization is less than our energy state, so that means we don't suffer pollution. But we have ritual speech. Now, do we want to get these into our tableau? Now, maybe this could be a good idea. Maybe. Because this could also allow us to change. We need to quell dissidents. If we do a revolution here, I could just trigger a revolution on purpose. Then I'd be able to use that card over there, but I need to specialize this card because next there's a comment coming. I need to think about which cards I want to keep into Epoch 2. And I'm not in a terrible hurry to get that one there. Energy 5 with the Eureka Weapons 2, with the possibility of going all the way to Weapons 3. That card is a... So right now I have 2 dissidents, okay? So dissidents means that if I want to get that card, because it's I can bid with mysticism and I have one mystic. Normally it would cost me 1 because it's epoch 1. Yeah, so it's epoch 1. And I have 2 elders here, which I would have to pay because I have 2 dissidents. So it's epoch 1, 1 plus 2 dissidents, 2. So I have to pay a total of 3. So 1 plus 2 elders to get a 1 into my tableau. But I think I'm going to do that because I don't like to see all these dissidents here, and I think it's time to probably for a revolution before we go into epoch 2. I think this could be a good thing. There's nothing else in this display which interests us. Eureka is an encephalization, but we don't really need it, but we don't care. It's a point in diversity, and we don't need this idea anyway. So I think we might as well just do that. So let's go there. So I'm going to spend 2 elders. Let's go back here, plus 1 mysticism, 1 mystic, to get this 1 into my tableau. And you see what happens now. Okay, I'm gonna switch it, so I could put it here, no problem, but I'm not that interested. I'm just gonna put it here and trigger a quiet revolution. So quiet revolution does not mean I don't have to take care of my dissidents here. So okay. So normally I would have to quell dissidents by killing elders and cities first. My choice before I start removing guys from the map. Well, as it happens, I have 2 cities. And by having 2 cities, I'm going to quell this one. So I have to remove a city, which leaves me a refugee. There's none in the pool, so I have to put 1 here. I'm going to put the refugee here. Yeah. And this does not trigger chaos, okay? So I'm just using this to quell distance, okay? So it's not, it never adds chaos in the game. And I quell this one. So the steps are important because I have nothing here, so I have to take from the map to be able to put a refugee, and once I've killed it, then I can put the guy into here. So steps. Now I have another dissident here. This city. Now I can add a refugee from here. Let's put it here. Here. And I quell this dissident. And now my ruling class changes here, which would transfer ideas if possible, but the other one is red. So that means this one goes out of the game. And my diversity is now 3. But I'm quite happy I did this, because I really don't have much use for the cultural now. It's good in the start of the game, especially when I want to bring back mystics as elders, but right now it's not really my hype. And we move action, so I could have a mystic, but that is chaos. And you know what? I'm gonna do it. I'm adding a mystic. This adds a chaos, so I have to remove something from the map. Let's say this one. I think I want mystics here, eventually. And See why. We'll see why. I'm gonna specialize. I have 2 elders, and I would like to keep this card for later. And is there any other card I want to keep for later? Because right now I'm gonna be able to invent anything, but cards from Epoch 1 that have elders on them, when we resolve the comet, they will stay in the market, they will stay in display, and they will just refresh with more cards from Epoch 2. So I have to think now which ones which cards or which ideas I want to be transferred to. Yeah, Epoch 1, and I think there's a couple of those which are interesting. The one with maritime stage also is interesting. So I think I'm going to take these 2, just in case. One for the Eureka and one for the going to become cheaper later on when these are roiled down. So maritime stage 1 is important to start working on maritime. Very good. So that's it. Could put up to 3 elders, but we don't have any. We could spread. I think I am going to spread, indeed. I'd like to spread Camel 4. I think I'm going to start spreading here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, I want to get to places there. And let's see. That's all I do right now, really. So we'll go to Age of Polytheism. So all players offer a chaos, which means I have to put another dissident here. From where? Well, I don't know. Let's take it from here. Yeah. Renovate whole idea without elders with Epoch 1. So that means all of these go away. Each awarded VP cheats. These are not used in solo games, so I won't apply those. Okay. And the challenger keeps this card as a bellwether, which in a solo game I'm not allowed to use, but I'll keep it as a bellwether. Okay. And I'm going to set up the market here. You will see. I hope it's clear. Yeah. I'm going to go from the bottom. This is not usable because of the dissident here. I'm going to invent, and I think, yes, I'm going to invent indeed. I'm going to invent indeed. But I'm going to invent this one here. It's a very interesting one to invent. Okay. Requirement for energy. The Eureka is 2 level 2 weapons. Metallurgy, so I move to calculated age now, weapons. We're talking now about 40,000 years ago. That's where we are. And we have the pit-fied oven, which develops as an idea into our tableau. Very good. Get to spread. We do get to spread, so I'm gonna spread from here. I'm gonna spread from here and build a city. I'm gonna spread this guy. I can move forward 1, 2, 3. Spread 1, 2. Then I'm gonna build a city because my level weapons now is 2, so I can prospect. Very specifically, it to prospect the trapezoidal symbol, not the diamond one. I can prospect gold over here. Okay, so now I turn that into a city, which gives me weapons level 3. Okay. So we'll have this idea later on to be used for energy only. Okay. I'm not sure if there was a revolution. Maybe, in case there's a revolution, because I can still do that. Maybe. I don't do this yet. I think it was here. It wasn't. Maybe because the other side of the card tells me the only ability I have is to how to say, to mine and increase the weapons level. I think I'm going to backtrack here a second. I'm going to increase energy to 5. I can spread now between ice and ice. I think it's a bit more interesting to do it this way. Okay. Then that's done. I can focus on other stuff. Yeah. I can do the mining later on at a later time. So that's all. It moves down. Concrete aqueducts. Okay. But very quickly, we have our political class around now. Is the ruling class. We have one elder in play, which is on the raft there, which is a vestige from Epoch 1 idea. Hopefully can be used to promote here to Maritime Stage 1, if we ever invent that one. Most of Epoch 1 is, how to say, is meant to build the starting engine to kickstart off stuff. Okay, we have to go through 8 events in Epoch 2 and 3, and they have to be sort of unfolding much quicker than Epoch 1. So if we don't try to get that snowball effect of things getting better and better and getting us to the goal of scoring enough in each of the categories, we are doomed. These human species or Denisovan, hydroskeletal Denisovans are just making it a bit into the world, but as you can see, there's no cities remaining, so they try to settle, but the elements or whatever, or diseases or just keep throwing all the crap they can at the poo Denis. And let's kick it off with the first challenge in Epoch 2. Barter reciprocity. How interesting this is. And why, you will ask? Well, one of the reasons why it's less interesting than I would like is because I would have loved to get this one into my tableau. But first we have to go with impact, and there's deforestation, and deforestation is going to turn something into a desert. Let's remove a forest from somewhere and put it into a desert somewhere, like here for instance. Go for the second event, which is zoonotic disease, and it's influenza again, yet again influenza. Oh my god, just come back. Thousands of years later, influenza is back to bite us in the back. Okay. So we have to check our footprint, which is 3, and we have to check our immunology, which is 4. Now, if the footprint were greater than the immunology, then we would suffer from the influenza, but that's not the case, so we're not going to suffer anything. Yay! Very good. That will increase our immunology though, which is 2 extra points. But okay, well, it's probably better this way. We don't have any cities to lose anyway. We do have elders to lose. So, no, not really, because that's half. 1 divided by 2, that's just half, rounded down to 0. So we wouldn't lose any elders that would remain there. Now what is really a pity is that we cannot get this one into our tableau because it has so many benefits. Not only you can use it to spread, but we could move one, we could abstract, so we could move from vocabulary to the free will, one of the pawns here. And that's a nice eureka to have. Then we'll be able to use the foundation to mine and increase our maritime level to 2, which is just brilliant because why do we want this for? But of course this costs us 4 elders and we don't have any, we just have 1. 4 elders because epoch 2, that's 2, plus 2 dissidents, that's 4. Not enough. So we can't do with this one, it goes away from the game. Good. Now what are we going to do? We can't use this one, so normally this is impossible. We could specialize or invent. So I'm thinking, is there anything here which is worth our time? Probably not. Well, there are things, but if I invent this one, that's maritime level 1, but then we really can't do much with it later on. I mean, that would be just for the eureka. But if I use this one to specialize and send my elder somewhere in the market with a better prospect, because we have a nice eureka there. We do have a nice eureka in the daubed granaries, so middle bottom. The eureka would be an civilization. An abstraction. Gives us an extra elder. We have information 3. I'm thinking maybe I want that one more than the raft. I am thinking. At the same time, bread making is also quite an interesting one. The thing is, most of there's no other transport. I mean, there's no other way of increase the maritime track except doing actions which involve some sort of transaction, and that's not what we want. That's really not what we want. And right now I'm looking for stage 6 energy, and there's none of it. Not that I can see. Because then I could increase any track. So I think I'm not really interested in inventing the raft. What's the point of it? But maybe having elders there to be able to claim something. Why not? I think I'm just going to use an elder and put it here. Maybe sort of a better action here. Yeah. Let's do that. So, okay, well, we don't have any more elders, so we're stuck with what we have. We could spread. There's nowhere to. Oh yeah, we could spread. Actually, I'm going to spread. So what I did before, right? I spread here, move this one here, and I'm going to use that action to actually mine gold enough for good. Put a city here, and this gives us weapon level 3. Okay, which is good. Exactly what I want to do. Works fine. So we've used this idea completely. We've completely exhausted our pit-fired oven. Has given us everything we can wish for. And if we had to discard it right now, it wouldn't matter much. Okay. So, right. There's not much else to do, really. We have to go for the event number 2. There we go, animism. It's a good one. Animism has a nice eureka, though. Yeah. Well, I'm thinking this is a brilliant one to have. I might as well spend everything I have for this. Interesting. Because it uses mysticism, and we have 2. But first of all, we have a cooling, and the cooling event's just going to create ice somewhere. So we take a C, and we'll be putting it as ice somewhere. Let's put it here. And then we have the typhoid and the typhoid. Typhoid is a crowd disease. So we need to check the urbanization and against the immunology stage, and we only have 1 city against the 4, so not enough to trigger a yeah, a huge problem here. Animism. Okay. Well, all right. I mean typhoid. So no, we are not succumbing to typhoid. Maybe killed a few people, not enough to remove elders' knowledge and settlements. So typhoid. We're good. And we are going to have to think about whether we want these in our tableau. I think we do. I think we do. Right now I would have to pay 4, because epoch 2, as I said before, and 2 dissidents, which is 4. But I have 2 mysticism here, so I could use these 2 and then these 2 elders here. And that's exactly what I'm going to do. That's a bit bright. Okay. This is exactly what I'm going to do. I get these 2 elders back into my brain. +2, 4. I'm going to claim this one. I claim this one into my tableau to trigger a revolution. You'll see why. Okay. So here, which triggers a quiet revolution. I still need to quell those though. So I have to use elders and cities, but I don't have any. So I'm going to use this city here, which creates a refugee. Over here, or here, to quell this one. And I'm going to use any of these guys to quell the second one, because I'm out of elders and cities. And it's going to be this one here. To quell this one. Now this idea, just completely used, can go here. With transfers here. Good. And now we have diversity 4, which is nice. So right now we have 7 already. Not bad. I mean, as long as we don't get any more dissidents, which is possible. I like this, I like this. That's why it's good to have some mystics there. occasion. Okay. The Eureka, though, when we get this, there you can see it, is an abstraction. So we get a new pawn in the free will, so potential new elder, which is good. So we saved one step doing the mysticism thing. And now we can do another mystic. So we're going to start the actions. We can put a mystic here. Which would increase 3. Okay. Am I allowed to do that then? Checking if I'm allowed to do that because I'm not quite sure. It's in another action, so no, it's another action, but this one is not included in sort of forbidden actions. It would be a library and pseudoscience, science, artisan, etc. So I can do this, and I'm going to do it. I'm going to add one mystic here. So that's 3. Mysticism of 3. We are performing quite well in this track because that's 8 plus 3, so we need 2 more points here. So as long as we increase these 2 tracks, at some point we're good. And we don't lose any mystics. We can spread. Yes, we can spread. We are going to spread. Let me see. Where are we spreading? We don't have any cities. Oh, I'm interested in going somewhere in South America. I'm gonna spread. Like, wait, I could spread here with this guy. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Can I move through forests? Jungle, jungle. Yeah, I could. I'm trying to reach here, so 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, I can't. I can't because of the sea. There's sea and there's sea. So I don't have the maritime level yet to do that. No. So sorry about that. I can't. I wonder if I hope I've played it correctly. But yeah, that's not a shelf. That's an actual sea zone. So that's only for merfolk eventually. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 1, 2, 3. I'll leave 1 here. I would like to spread again, but late. Now I could, so I have 3, and I have information 3, but that's very good. That's brilliant. So I can put 3 elders in the market. Now what's interesting now here? I would love to go to energy level 6, but there's anything here allowing me to do that. No. Maritime level. Now we'd have to get the raft. It's a waste of an elder, really, to do that. There isn't much in this market which appeals to me. Really not much. Oh, the ruling class is here, by the way. Go to shift. The crown. So let me think. Okay, one's gonna come here. At least we get that one later. See, we have to refresh this market somehow. There's really nothing interesting here. Really, really nothing. There's a few nice actions like, yeah, okay, this one could be interesting when it comes to cultivating. And maybe just in case we can have an idea that can move up and down. I think we're gonna play like that. So temples, door granaries, and rafts. There's really nothing else interesting here. Nothing we can use. No, and I don't need to abstract right now anything. So yeah, it's gonna be it. That's it for specialize. We can spread, and we're going to be spreading. Where? I like to spread over here. If I could come back here for some reason. And or I could get another elder, but no, I'm good with them with 3 mystics there. It's gonna get us through epoch 2 and 3, probably most of it. All right, then we can mine again. I think we're gonna mine here again. Gold. Yeah, we have to mine a metal resource, so gold it is. Yeah. All right. Well, that's very good. We can move on to the next event. Challenge. Next challenge. I'm liking this. I'm liking this. We'll see why. God Ring. Oh, God Ring. God King Theocracy. Very good. Ooh, the Reckless Weapons 2 plus a Purge. We normally don't want to see Purges design in the game. The rightist dictator. Oh, the Eureka is going to happen anyway. And the Purge is going to happen anyway. So we don't have a choice, really. So it's going to be just assigned to us. So there's Civil War, I guess. That's a Civil War symbol, and the Civil War having it because it's a symbol for a crisis, but our philosophy is in the center. That means I don't know if there's a Civil War symbol here. That means if you have an amount of dissidents equal or bigger than the diversity, normally you have to kill people. That's not the case. So the Civil War is not going to happen. And then we have a rightist dictatorship. So this one's going to be assigned to me right away. So and we have weapons level 2 that we already have. And we're going to have, I don't know if it's visible, purge, a purge. And what happens with the purge? You wonder. I wonder too. Choose a discipline for the dictator and discard all the foundations in that column of the game, quelling any dissidents on them. That sucks. That really sucks. That absolutely sucks. Okay. All right. I'm gonna remove this one from the game. If it had any dissonance, it would remain here. And I'm gonna decide what to do with this. I could add it here. Or I could add it here. I'm gonna change my ruling class here. See a few more options there. Yeah, I'm gonna change my ruling class, so this one would move over here. This goes here. Quiet revolution, no dissidence, so nothing happens. Diversity is still 4 because we moved one. And I have a bunch of more things to do, but not that many. So we could be able to choose one of these, but they don't apply, especially enslavement and war. That's something we can use. We could create a mystic, but then that's the last guy we have, and I'd rather have it as an elder later on. Now we could invent something, and that's where the interesting thing comes in. Do I want a raft, or do I want to? Do I want to have the free will? I think I wouldn't mind putting out a few cities. So I'm going to invent this one. Maritime, we shall see. And that's it. I could also spend all the elders to increase my information level. For now, that's okay. Oh, by the way, there's a Eureka, which requires menopause. I get to abstract. So all my pawns in free will now. Okay. Well, I could spread. Yeah, why not? Let's just spread. I can't still cross the water. It's very difficult to do anything now. Get ready for this one. This one later. Put one over here. Then I can increase either energy or artisan, but we can't do this one. Or mining. Mining is an idea. Where can we mine? Footprint 3. We could mine over here. We could mine over here. Oh, actually, that's an interesting one. We could mine over here. In that case, we could mine over here. Can't mine here because this mining corresponds to the trapezoidal shape, so my options are a bit limited. So I could mine over here, weapons 2, or I could mine over there, weapons 3. Could go for iron here, or I could go for tin. Tin seems nice. And that has a consequent to weapons 3, but we're already there. Then we could domesticate or cultivate something. That's what I wanted to see you. I think I'm gonna domesticate the Orc, because I would like to have some domestic animals. Yeah, could cultivate something as well, but like beeswax, it's unlikely I'm going to be affected by any geological event. Oh, maybe a catastrophe. I think I'm safe with 3s and 4s. I do this one here. Yeah, York. Yeah. Working our way. Yeah. So we only have 10 points here. We just need 3 more cities at the end of the game to do this. Right, now this is disastrous. So we have to find a way to either block this one from scoring at the end of the game by moving the philosophy towards supernatural pacifist or unity law. That'd be one way to sort of not consider these at all. Or we have to work this somehow very quick. I refresh the market. I don't see anything of value. It's terrible. It's really dreadful. I don't see how I can go to maritime level. I mean, I need to increase the energy at this stage, but I'm not able to go to energy 6. Well, I can't remember if it's possible in Epoch 2. That could be very well be. We can't reach energy 6 before Epoch 3. I don't know. Okay, next event. Next challenge. There we have it. Satrapy. Now this Eureka, that'd be nice to have. I didn't think of leaving the Elder there to be able to claim oh, we're in Epoch 2. We're in Epoch 2. We're still in Epoch 2. I could get it. Interesting. Make life so much easier. But first we have a warming. We remove an ice and it becomes a sea. And of course, yeah, it had to happen. Let's remove these ice, make it a sea. Killing the city. We put a refugee, but the refugee goes back to as a dissident. Dreadful. And then we have, what is it? A rinderpest. That's a zoonotic disease. Each player with a footprint stage greater than his immunology stage. That's not the case. And we just got a city erased from the map. Bother. Okay, so we're not affected by the rinderpest. And now we could claim these as a foundation. Because we have 2 elders. But we have 1 dissident. Oh, jeez. Oh, no. That was just so perfect. That was just so perfect. Ah. No. Oh. Oh, no. Now suddenly the cost of this challenge as a foundation is 3 instead of 2. That's silly. That is silly. I can't claim it. What? I can't claim it. This is ridiculous, though. This is just ridiculous. Okay, so we'll have to go the hard way. So I could have a mystic, but I'm not going to. I'm going to probably invent something, and at this stage I think just inventing anything is good. So just this one for the fun of it. Yeah, just this one. I don't see anything else. They're all going to be churned away with a comet. But okay, just take this one. Let's add it to the floor. Oh, there's a Eureka. I'm interested for Eureka actually. It's maritime 1, so I just go up 1. Okay, that's it. What we wanted. It was messy after a while, right? Okay. Yeah, there's nothing else to be used here. Really nothing else. That's our invention. Then we could spread. And now we can swim, so I want to spread to Australia. Now we can jump 1, 2. Now we can use the boats here actually. Just the tiny boats there. Just a raft. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's gonna come here. Or here really, it doesn't matter. Just here, why not? Have access to the green and kangaroos. And we are going to be able to mine something, or can we mine something? Yeah, we could mine over here. Let's do this. Just do that. It will get destroyed eventually, but let's just do this. I see something happening. We can domesticate or we can cultivate something. I think I'm going to domesticate the kangaroo because I like kangaroos. That's done. We can't use the other action. It's encephalize or walk safe. None of those are available to us. But if I have to curl a card from epoch 1 later on, sure I'll do that one. Okay, we refresh. Okay, so go to the comet. Same as the other one before. The Age of Empires to Age of Kings. Well-known video game series, one of the best out there. And well, what are these Babylonians going to do? So all players suffer a chaos. Okay, so that's going to happen right now. We're going to suffer a chaos, which is this one here. I just want it to be this one. Renovate all ideas that do not have an elder in the market. Very good. I have a lot of dissidents here, so getting challenges is going to be challenging, to say the least. Okay. Well, we have some interesting stuff here. So let's work out the actions. So from here, can't do. Specialize or invent. So we have that one there, but that one's quite a stupid one. Don't need it anymore. Minology 6 is an interesting one to have. The requirement is I forgot. I don't know exactly. I don't know what that requirement means actually. I'm not quite sure. A cube. Oh, I don't know. Gets the city. Having a city. Yeah. Surgery. Could move up one, so immunology quite high. With surgery, we had saddle and stirrups, which can... Okay, this is the least interesting, so let's not look at that one. We have anything that allows us to move energy one more step. I think this one is an interesting one to have, so this one could be nice. So for the future, in case we move to the industry ruling class. Dharma is not that interesting. This is more in case we still be interested in developing our clerics here, or mystics. So the middle ones are not terribly interesting, except maybe firearms. No. So the middle column with firearms, saddle and straps and armor, they are not interesting at all. Now, steel fineries are the ones which could be interesting here because of the red abilities. We would have to move the class to... Yeah, but they are really interesting. They are. I'm gonna bet. I'm gonna put it here. Yeah, hopefully I can invent any of these and then these will become like cheaper later on. So these are 3 others. I have information 3, so I can put 3 others at once, and then we go on to the next row, which is spreading. And spreading right now, just got one city destroyed. So but I can use the boats now. Couldn't before. So it probably is a good idea to spread all the way to here. Try and claim that area. Then I can mine something. Can I? No. Not at the time required for mining now. I can't. Far away of all the sources of just nothing uncovered. Well, I can't mine any of the metal resources, so I'll go to the next step, which is probably cultivate or domesticate, and I think I am going to... Oh, wait. I want that. I have one more city than I should like to have. It's not terribly intriguing, right? I'd like to keep my urbanization low, but at the same time my footprint is already quite... Yeah. This could be disastrous. This could be disastrous. Then it could prompt a revolution. It could prompt a revolution, and it's something which is much needed, if you ask me. I sort of need that. Right now, just... I might as well, I think. I think I'm just gonna do that. I'm gonna cultivate it there. Cultivate sunflower. A good spot. Thank you. Yeah. Yeah. As I played last game, I was building a lot of cities as soon as I could, so I went into a series of crises where it prompted my immunology to shoot up to 8 quite quickly. But I shouldn't do that too often though. Just that with the dissidents here, it's tricky. I need a revolution now to get rid of them. Yeah. could eventually vote, but that would expend all my elders. I don't want to do that. Okay. So that's it. I'm gonna go into the epoch 3 now for good. Yeah. I'm gonna go into epoch 3 for good. First challenge of epoch 3. Let's have a look with serfdom. That's not nice. Certainly not. Serfdom, in terms of servitude or slavery, but basically reductions of freedom to 0 or negative sometimes. Very interesting. Okay, so we're now hitting about 3,000 years before Christ, so it's been just about 8,000, no, a bit less actually, about 5,000 years of civilization so far, and we're already hitting serfdom. That's what all this civilization and human evolution leads to. But okay, we do have a civil war. Well, we really have a crisis, and the crisis is a civil war because of philosophy. So we have problem. So we have 2 dissidents and we have diversity 2. Okay, so there is a civil war. So how to resolve this? I have to check. If dissidents are greater than or equal than 2 diversity, then suffer 2 chaos. Okay, that's not possible anymore. So I'm suffering 2 chaos, so that means I have to remove 2 guys from somewhere. So I'm going to remove 1 from here. And let's remove 1 from here. These 2 guys would be dissidents in my tableau, but there's no space for them. So what happens is I need to quell. Okay. Not great. So we're going to have a chaotic revolution, and the chaotic revolution is going to be okay. These are going to die. They go back. There's no space for them, and now I need to quell with elders or cities. So what do I want to do? Because this is an interesting event to have. Not really. I don't really care much for it. I'm going to use this one to quell one of the dissidents. And I'm going to use city or an elder. I think I'm going to remove a city, put refugee down, let's put it here. Yes, let's do that. I lose a city. Now this one goes over here, and everything transfers if possible, otherwise it gets discarded. So this one cannot be transferred. these ones become. We're back to culture. I really wanted to start industry at some point. That's not happening. Okay. Then we have the Maniac eruption. Where is this happening? Maniac eruption. It's happening somewhere here. Okay, nothing happens and there's no climate cheat. So that means we don't have to do anything about it. Okay, are we interested in this guy? So we have just to know that I could get it in my tableau. But I would have to spend all my search, by the way. The ruling class changes here. And we're back to 4 diversity. I don't see how. Oh well, yeah, I see how. Okay, yeah, I do see how. Why I wanted to stay there because of the eurekas and such. So, do I want to take that into my? Yeah, sure, I will take it. Costs me 3 of this. Sure, I'll do that. I think I can afford it just to increase diversity a bit. Ruling class goes back here. This goes back here. Yeah. It's a point after all, so diversity 5. Right now. I'm not sure I was able to store dissidents here actually before. I wasn't. I should have triggered revolution much before actually. But okay. Things just happen. So, that's true. I can't get dissidents here. I can't war. I could specialize, and I'm going to, actually, just the same as before. I'm going to spread. I need to, sort of. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm gonna come here. I am going to mine something. Oh wait, then I could just spread over here and mine. I'm gonna mine here. And I'm gonna cultivate somewhere. I shouldn't be doing these things, but I'm gonna do it. I'm going to cultivate rice millets. Shouldn't be doing this. And when I create a crisis before Apple 4 happens, hopefully I'll be able to increase stuff, to increase this one especially. So maybe I shouldn't be doing this, but yeah. Again, I'm gonna cultivate. Yeah, that's it. Oh, in order to get this one, I need to cultivate that one. So I think I'm gonna cultivate this one. I think this was here, right? I will cultivate here. These works. More important for reasons. Okay, go to the next event. Next challenge. Oh, famine is gonna suck us in. Great. Yeah, There's no way around it. So we have afforestation. Not really affecting us. Remove these and put it as a forest somewhere. Put it here. Then we're going to have famine. Well, that's it. We're doomed. If your urbanization is greater than your footprint stage, you must suffer a loss of half your cities. No chaos. There is chaos in my case. Half your elders rounding down. So I'm losing one elder. I'm losing this one, for instance. And I have to lose 3 cities. Okay. So, I'm not even able to claim that one, unfortunately. Should have put more elders before. That's how it is. So I'm going to destroy the city. And I'm not sure, I mean, he's going to save me from anything in the solo game. Yeah, I would. It's the first time I'm affected by famine. And the refugee that would be created here goes as a dissident. I have to lose another city, which is going to be this one here, and it's going to move. The refugee that would be created here is going to move here, but there's no more space. And I have to destroy another city, which is going to be this one here. The refugee that would go there. No. Yeah, the refugee would go there. It's going to come as a dissident, but there's no more space, so that means we have a revolution. We have this. Now we suffered, so that means we would go up footprint 1 step. Move here. These all die. And I have to quell 1 dissident with, I don't know, city or elder. I think I'll go for the elder. And this goes back here. Yeah. Okay. We are not doing great. We are not going to. No, this is 7. I have to put a lot of cities in the end. I don't know how I'm going to do that. I'm going to cheat that. Now, can I take this one with me? No, I don't have. I just don't have enough. Which is a pity, because there's information 1. Logic. I can't do it. Okay. What? That's a hard famine. Too many cities, not enough to provide for all the people. Yeah, okay. Let's go ahead with the actions. We could cultivate something. Yeah, sure, I'm cultivating. What do you want me to cultivate? Anything really. Just ask me. I'm going to cultivate here. Why not? I could have another mystic, but I'm not going to. I could have another mystic, but I'm not going to. I could disperse, yeah. I'm going to disperse. I'm going to disperse here. I want to specialize. Yes, I do want to specialize. I want to specialize here. Or I could invent that one. Wait. Because I do have the beeswax. I can't use the can't use the thing. That's the thing. Can't use the action. do need the action somehow. Gotta give myself some leeway in case it's an interesting choice later on. There is really nothing around here. Well, immunology 8. I don't know. I really don't know. Doesn't look terrible. I could spread again. Yes, I'm going to. I'm going to spread again. I could spread between 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, doesn't matter. Just spread here. Or actually, I spread from this city here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll create this. Oh. Do I want to have more cities at this point? I'm not sure I want to. No. 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 Simply no. So that's it. That's it. Let me recount points very quickly here. So, because we are 2 events into epoch 3, what have we achieved so far? 9-1. We're still 1 point away here. 1 point away here. So either these or these, and this should happen before the end of the game for sure. So we will have 13 points here for sure. Now here. Yeah, so here the 7, 11. So we need more cities. Let's try to make cities towards the very end, and let's see how if these survive. And here we have 4, 9. So this is dreadful. This is really bad. So we have to do something about this. I have to increase something here, or we have to use philosophy to move these philosophy back to where industry is not going to score. But it's highly likely. I don't know. I'm really struggling with these now. I'm a bit worried we're not going to see the end of a successful game if we don't do something about the maritime stage, especially because the one where you can earn the most points by going up. This is difficult. Okay, next event. Next challenge. Here we have guilds. Guilds have just appeared. Oh, brilliant. Okay. The problem is we have afforestation. Oh my god. I'm hating this. Okay, we have afforestation. And the refugee goes here. Then we have the crowd disease. Yeah. So we check organization and immunology, which is good. 3, 4. So nothing happens. Measles really affect us. Okay. You're gonna have to take drastic measures here. So do we want this into Art of Law? Yes, we want it. We want it. There's no way around that. We need it actually. Absolutely need it. But we have to pay all our guys. And we will. Because we have 1 decent. And this is epoch 3, so that means the 4 of them. Go back here. And we're gonna be taking these into Art of Law. Guilds. Energy 5. So we are able to go maritime 1. Good. Yeah, this one is good. Now, which side do we choose? They're all good actually, but industry is a bit better because you can also mine here pretty much anything. Now this one, no, I think industry is a good one. So we do have a revolution. It's a quiet revolution. We have to quell this guy. We have to destroy a city. It's going to be this one here. Creates a refugee. And we quell this guy because we have no elders. Anyway, we move here. All these go away. Pity. Now we do have diversity 6 then, which is good. And we are where we want it to be, which is just get a few of the red ones here. Be perfect. That'd be brilliant. Okay. Our ruling class is industry now. Not many ideas there. All the ideas are obsolete by now. Okay. So we get to do a lot of stuff. We get to do, not really a lot of stuff. We get to do a mining, and we will. We're going to mine, for instance, here. We need it. Going to mine over there. Then we are going to specialize, doing what we said we would do, which is here. 2 here. And 1 here. Same configuration as before. We can mine again. Sure, we'll do it. Do we mine here? For weapons. Oh no, I can't. Okay. Let's use this mining action to mine here. And the second mining action, which has to be this symbol here. And then we're good. Yeah. That's it. So the first one was to mine over here. The second one, because you have to mine the diamond shape, I will be mining over there. Yeah. And that's it. Go to the next event. Next challenge. I'm liking this. I'm liking this one. Challenge is nice. Maybe. I don't know. Martyrdom. So we would have a civil war, but this doesn't apply. There's a crisis in the civil war because we don't have enough descent. And then we have famine. Famine. Oh, again. Organization greater than your footprint stage. No, we just kept it in check. So we don't succumb to famine. Now, we're interested in taking this to our tableau. We would be able to do that for free, by the way, because we have enough mysticism, but I don't think it's a very interesting one to have. I would have to put a mystic in there. Well, I can't. But I would have to change to the other side. Which is, yeah, sort of good. Okay, I'm not taking it. I'm not taking it. Okay, we have very little left in the game, so we need to move up. We need to make sure we survive and put cities out and everything. So I am going to be inventing this one here. Oh, first we would be able to mine. Do I want to mine? Yes, I am going to. I'm going to mine anywhere, and this anywhere is going to be here. Okay. And then we get to invent, and then we're going to invent over here, and we're going to take this invention, and we're going to put it here, which is sanitation. And now we do have a luxury product, which is beeswax. Okay. So we do get to upgrade our immunology by 1. So wait. Good. We are going to spread, or we could mine something, but I think I'm just going to spread. I think I'm going to spread. Can move between C's now. I have movement 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'll come here. Going all the way to South America. Rather than mining, and then I'm going to increase here at advance 1 non-energy, 1 space, which is going to be this one here. I think it's critical that we do this one. And let's see how we fare. So I'm going to refresh the market. And I'll have a quick recap, very quick recap, because we're going to hit the comet now, and it's going to be tricky because, well, here we are sort of okay. We have 13 points now, so this is like settled. So we don't have to work on these tracks anymore. It's nice to increase, but now the only thing we have is 9 plus 5, 14. So as long as our cities are there, or we manage to put cities in the last minute, we should be okay. We might lose at most 2 cities, and we are still at 12. Now, my main concern is this track over here, and whether we can shun it at the end of the game, because we don't really have any. We can't move philosophy except for species, and these only come in epoch 4. Assuming we have the ability to purchase one of these. We have 6 and 6, 12. We need a bit more diversity here. Yeah. So there's too much light coming in. Okay. Yeah, we have to work towards this. Keep our diversity. I think foundations are important for diversity. Knowing that we're going to be getting descent or chaos every time we have a comet, so we have to sort of subtract already 2 here at some point. So just have it. Go to the next one. Okay, we have the comet. The Age of Reason. Okay. This card is not auctioned. All players suffer chaos, so I have to suffer chaos. Let's just take this one from here. Here's a dissident. This reduces my diversity to 5. Renovate all ideas that do not have elders in the market. So that means all these goes away. It will drop down. And we are able to get on with our actions. At this point, what is interesting is that we try to go up maritime. I don't know what's correct, maritime, one of those. One has a pepper and the other one has time. Let me see. We can build something, assuming something. We could put out a city. So I'm not sure I want to do that. So do I want to do library and expand all my elders? No, there's not an option either. So I think maybe the first part I don't do anything at all. I just don't do anything. Yeah, because I'm a bit scared of putting out cities and will just not work. Not yet. 2 more events to go. I don't want to risk it, so I can put cities in the last minute if I really have to. Right now, what can be opposed to urbanization, we have like footprints against immunology, which is good, but basically we have footprints larger than the cities, and that could be an issue. But we are probably going to increase these in the near future. No, it doesn't look like we're going to do that. And how to move transport? It's a bit difficult now. We don't have anything allowing for transport to move to. Well, yeah, we sort of could. No, we really can't. It's tricky, if you ask me. Yeah. I would like to see the footprint increased, and I don't know if we'll be able to go all the way with transport. Be nice to do, but there is a chance we get pollution, or what is it? Yeah. We would lose only 2 cities, and then we would have a revolution, and then everything would be sucked into thin air. Okay. I'm not going to put another city out. I don't think it makes sense. It makes things more difficult at this stage. I'm going to invent, though. I'm going to invent this one here. And I think I have the beeswax and I also have the iron, so it doesn't matter. I have one of the 2 requirements. Yeah. And the Eureka is weapons 4, and I have to curl one idea from Epoch 1, but I'm not doing this. And then this gets added to my tableau. Steel fineries. Good. And I'm going to go up, and I'm going to probably disperse rather than mine, so I'm going to try to just disperse somewhere in case my city gets lost. I could get... So at some point, I could get oil. If I mine some oil, let's put it here, I would be able to increase transport. I think there's a couple of cards there where this is a requirement. There's one here for speech. Yeah, that could work. We really have no use for this now. But okay. So we'll just spread. We can't do anything in the row. Well, we could mine something. But as I said, I don't think it's a very good idea. I don't think so. We have to try and get to maritime stage 8. I think I'll just move here. and I'll increase the 7, and I have 1 non-energy advance. I think I'm going to move here. Yeah. That's it. We're not getting anything transport here. It's going to be a bit. It's going to be tricky. I'm not sure I should have invented these, but okay, whatever. Just to try and gain in glory. Okay, let's see. It's a leftist. Oh, okay. Well, luckily for us, we don't have any seat in a desert. Luckily for us, you can't believe how much I appreciate the fact that we haven't decided to mine anything in the desert, like I was thinking of doing this one. That's not the case, so that means there is a deforestation. If we take a forest, put it somewhere in the desert. Let's put it here. Oh. To this. What the heck? Let's do this one here. There's not that many deserts left, so I'd like to keep these. Let's try to put it here. Okay. And then we have famine. Okay. No, but that's a good idea. Because if organization is greater on the footprint stage, which it is, oh boy. I knew something would happen. I should have increased this one. This just sucks. Urbanization 5, footprint stage 4. Well, the good part of it is it's just going to increase to 6, so yeah, by sort of messing up with us, but it's mightily annoying. I have to tell you that. It's really, really annoying. Okay. Anyway, so we have to lose half our cities and half our elders, which we only have 1 elder and we have 5 cities. We'll lose 2 cities. This brings 2 chaos. Let's lose this city here. And the refugee goes to the chaos. Let's lose this city here. The refugee goes to. We don't have any more, so this is even worse. Boy. All right. Yeah. What can I say? So we do have a chaotic revolution where we have to quell stuff. So okay, we have an elder here. This one dies. I'm going to use just 1 elder to quell this dissident here. And we have to use a city to quell the other dissident. And it's going to be this city here. Okay, we don't have enough elders. I don't know if this is as bad as it seems. Probably it is bad because, yeah, I wanted to go to weapons. Yeah, it's pretty useless there to be in this ruling class. this stage. I need to mine. Okay. It's pretty useless to be here. Okay. Footprint goes up by 1. We get these now? We don't. So, out. Cylinders left. Okay. Off you go. Well, we have a few interesting choices. The first one is spread, of course. We're going to be spreading somewhere. 1, 2, 3, 4, or 1, 2. Yeah, it doesn't matter. I just want to come here. I don't have enough points. So just spread with that. And is there any other spot where we would like to spread a bit more efficiently? No, we have the guy we need for the oil, so we're good, in case we absolutely need that. Now, we are going to specialize, and we can only specialize 3, and I think right now we only have one which is extremely important to us. We're not going to be able to make it to space. Not possible, don't think so. There's no way. What to do with 3 of this? When the cards just wouldn't help, go to maritime stage 8. Engineered crops will get us to footprint 8, maybe immunology 8, World Wide Web will get us as far as information 5. No, not really. I'm in purple, remember? Bottom row is pretty much useless. Also, when it comes to the Eurekas, not very interesting. When it comes to Eurekas, broadcasting could be one. I don't have time to reach a point where I can nullify one of the tracks. I think now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I've lost 1 diversity here. So the other option would be, I don't know really, probably if I get the one over there, takes me to information 6 in information 5, basically in 2 rounds. Assuming I invent next round, and I'm still there. Otherwise, that one there gives me a footprint of 8, and immunology 8. So maybe that's 2 shots. I have to curl a 3, but I don't care. So I think maybe the bioengineered crops are a better option. Just to maximize the Let's come here. I think should have probably increased my information before at some point, but it's too late for that now. Too late for regrets. So yeah, that's what we have. And anyway, we have 13 here already. So as long as I don't lose any of these to a purge, and I could always purge this one. Yeah. That is for specialization. I'm going to spread, of course. I want to spread. I should be spreading somewhere useful. I would like to spread over here. I'm going to spread here. I can't do this. Well, this is useless, so I can't do this action. I'm going to mine here. I'm going to mine over here. I'm going to prospect for tobacco. And that's it. That's all we have. So what do we have now? 13 points already. So removing mysticism, so that's okay, that's fine. We have 10 plus 3 cities, 13. And we have 8 plus 5, 13. But this is the most sensitive track to work with. We're going to have to keep our diversity. Yeah. Without issues, I'd say. Which, for that purpose, probably this one was a bit better than immunology, but we'll see what happens. I don't know. Let's go with the next event. Challenge. Mercantilists, okay. Right. We do have a crisis, which is a civil war for the purpose of civil war. So it's a civil war. We don't have enough dissent. We have no dissidents. We have a diversity of 5, so that's good. We have a famine. No, that's a zoonotic disease, and that's a swine flu. Oh, the famous swine flu. And you have to think that right now we are about, I do believe it's about, yeah, the 1990s already. So this is pretty much our era. Yeah. In like 20 to 40 years from now, we'll be playing the Comet. But that's pretty much nearly the 2000s. So we're in the millennium with swine flu. And does it affect us? It shouldn't, because we have to check the footprint stage, and then we have to check our immunology, and they are matching, so it's not higher than immunology. So we're not affected by that, so luckily. That's why it's important to be moving all these tracks like more or less about the same time. Otherwise, bad things happen. Now, can I claim this into my tableau? No, because it is epoch 4. There's no mysticism. I only have 3 elders. So that's the end of mercantilists. Goes away. Very good. Or not so good, I don't know. Now we have a comet coming. So whatever we do now, we have to put out cities. So we spread. We spread again to Madagascar. So this one's going to come here. And we spread somewhere. I forgot where. Doesn't matter. So we're going to specialize. We're going to specialize. We're going to invent. We're going to invent this one. Yeah. So this costs 3. We're going to invent this one. And the Eureka is if you have immunology at least 4. The footprint goes to 8. Okay. It's important to maximize these I believe, for the upcoming title, High Frontier. I don't know, at least maximize some track. It's nice. We couldn't get the decisive win, but it doesn't matter. Okay. Okay. Now we invent that. We are going to spread. Yeah, let's spread to... Never been to Madagascar, so let's just spread to Madagascar. Because it's a nice place. It's warm and sunny. We can't do this. We could mine something. Yeah, we could. We could mine... we could prospect, rather. I'm going to prospect here. I'm going to prospect some... what is this? Amethyst. Amethyst. Pressure resources. Luxury resources. And then we are going to increase our immunology to 8. Yeah, what's the point? Okay, well, it's just for the points, really. So, that's it. Yeah. Just to do. I thought I could increase to 10, but no. And we trigger the last comet. Now this is real. So, we would refresh this, but not that it matters much, really. Plus, I'm going to remove it in a second. There goes. Exoglobalization. End game immediately with the final scoring. So we are going to be able to score. This ends the game. In a campaign, continue with High Frontier, that will come later. But we have finished the game. Ta-da! Now, how we achieved the goal? I think we have. In the nick of time, really. We have. Uh, 7 plus 8, 15. Plus 3, 18. So we have 18th here. 13 met? Yeah. We have 12, 16. More than 13? Yeah. And we have 8 and 5. I hope I counted correctly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 diversity. Exactly 13. Is that 13? Yes, it is 13. Good, good, good. We won the game. It wasn't a decisive victory because we couldn't reach missiles stage. War has a limited reach, normally. But we are on our way to eventually to conquer space. It will take a bit longer. Yeah? Okay. I'm not sure which will be the consequences of each of these results into the game of High Frontier, the one I plan to set up in the near future. That's the end of BIOS Origins, and I hope you liked it, and I hope this was instructive in case you're learning the game. Again, I haven't used these elder actions of Artisan, and yeah, maybe that's the most critical one when you're playing solo, because it allows you to put elders in the market out of turn. I mean, out of the specialization turn, which is really important because you can get more of there and you have more purchase capability. Maybe, you know, I had like one elder the whole time here that did nothing because my information stage was logged at 3, and it's a bit of a pity. And well, without further clarifications, Artisan is just an action that you can't take in the solo game. And you have to really time when you put elders down in the market and when you're able to purchase before switching to the next epoch. That's really important as well. So you don't want to be stuck with elders that do nothing in the market at the end of the game. And of course, you like to have 4 and you like to put down 4 so you can access epoch 4 challenges and and win the auction, and that hasn't been the case. There's been no dictator, which was something I would have really liked. It just didn't happen. Of course, gaining an additional foundation. Thank you very much. Thanks for following. So again, this is Tabletop Soulmate on Twitch. It's also Tabletop Soulmate on YouTube. You can also follow my Twitter at ttsoulmate, and then please consider donating to my Patreon page, patreon.com/tabletopsoulmate. I would really appreciate it, even if it's just $1 or €1. Anything is welcome, and it motivates me to continue and do more of this in the future. Otherwise, this is just for you. Have a good one, and see you very soon for the next title in the series, High Frontier.